Hey guys, 33 and a third RPM here, back again at the wall for the second video today. All my 6 subscribers are pretty lucky out there. We're back at again with something different today. Hopefully you've seen the Aziz Ansari Buried Alive vinyl review that I did last, and this is actually not going to be a vinyl review because I don't have this album on vinyl yet, but uh, hoping to get it as soon as possible. This is a review of the 1975's newest album, which has the longest album title I've ever seen. I Like It When You Sleep, for You Were So Beautiful, Yet So Unaware of It. Now, this album just came out a couple weeks ago, and I was at Target, and I saw it, and I heard the singles, Love Me, Ugh, and The Sound, and I just had to pick it up. I'm not a huge fan of 1975. I heard their last album, and I thought it was okay, but if you've heard their song Chocolate, or Girls, or Robbers, or Sex, you're going to really like this album because it definitely has a lot of the elements from their first self-titled album to add in with some new sonically diverse components that make this album truly a standout, especially for being released in February. Now, I'm not going to say anything because Kendrick released To Pimp a Butterfly in January, but still, this is a really, really solid album. Now, I did buy this from Target, so it came with the 2 bonus edition tracks, so this is a long album. With the 2 bonus tracks, it's 19 songs long, sitting in about an hour and 45 minutes. However, it is definitely worth the full listen straight through. You can definitely get a progression of the sense of the songs throughout, and the way they stack the album is very meaningful in how the songs line up. So, let's just open this first. You have a plain white CD. I don't know if you can see it there with the glare. It says the 1975 there, embossed onto the CD, and behind it is the background, just as 1975 on neon, like on the front, on both their album covers, and we have a white booklet. The booklet I do like a lot. It's got a page with lyrics. I appreciate lyrics a lot for each song, and the name of the song, and once again, neon signs. There's Ugh, Change of Heart, She's American. The lyrics are off there on the side. If I Believe You on the left, and Please Be Naked on the right. The only song on the entire album that doesn't have any words, that is just instrumental. Still a very pleasing track. Lost My Head, and The Ballad of My Heart and My Brain, I think is what it's called. The Ballad of Me and My Brain, sorry, not My Heart and My Brain. Somebody Else, once again, lyrics on the opposing side. Just trying to see around and make sure I'm lining it up right. This one's Loving Someone. I Like It For You When You Sleep, For You're So Beautiful Yet So Unaware of It, the title track, and The Sound. Very cool picture there in a tunnel, it looks like. This Must Be My Dream. I was gonna say a dream, my dream. And then Paris, a great, great song that comes in the second half of the album, and towards the very end. Nana, and She Lays Down. And those are all the songs you would get on a normal copy of the album, but the one that I did buy came with a demo of the song Change of Heart, and a song that I haven't listened to yet, shame on me, but I've heard good things about it. So, what is so good about this album? Yeah, it's incredibly, incredibly diverse. If you've heard a song of this album, you've probably heard the single either Love Me, which is very David Bowie influenced, or the song Ugh, which it has this funky guitar riff and is about the lead singer Matt Healy refusing to give up cocaine again, as he talks about in Chocolate on their previous album. Now, those 2 songs are actually 2 of my favorites in this album. I'm going to have to expand to 4 favorites because I'm really digging this album. So the first we're going to talk about is my favorite, and that's Ugh on its album. It wastes no time getting into the song, only 3 minutes long, but yet it kicks off with this just crazy cool guitar riff that one day I really hope to be able to play. And Matt Healy comes in with these, I don't want to say whiny, but they're very, it's very interesting. You just gotta listen to it to get what I'm saying. And this is really cool breakdown after the verse where he sings, I'm not giving it up again. And in this breakdown, he says, the kick won't last for long, but the song only lasts 3 minutes, and the song is exactly 3 minutes long. So I thought that was something pretty funny that they did. It's really catchy. It's gonna get stuck in your head. It's track 3 here, so they do stack the album early, but it still is really, really a really good song, and it doesn't detract from the second half of the album, even though it is placed first. The next song is my second favorite, which is called Love Me. That's the second track, which comes right after the first track, titled The 1975, which has a very minimalist beat, and only a few lyrics propels straight into this guitar riff of Love Me. Now, if you do listen to the song, you gotta listen to it on headphones. My headphones here that I use are these, oh gosh, what are they called? I don't even remember. They're like Sony NXR MDR XB950BTs. They're really cool. They're Bluetooth headset. And the cool thing about Love Me is that the guitar riff goes back and forth between ears. So it is recorded in stereo, not mono. And you can hear the two different guitarists playing back and forth on each different side of the amp. And it sounds really cool. This probably has the most passionate "yeah" I've ever heard in a song. Matt Healy screams at the end of the first verse, "Just keep lick it, yeah," and he just releases it, and it's you're gonna find yourself tapping your foot, jamming out to this one. It's definitely a good track for me if I'm just chilling out, or I'm actually I like to listen to it. And I'm just walking somewhere because I get that little groove going on. But it's a really, really good song. It's totally catchy, same as Ugh. You're gonna love it. And the only complaint I do have with this album is that since they stack Love Me and Ugh as the second and third track, this gives this album a lot of early momentum. And it doesn't quite keep up with this pop rock trend. They consider themselves a rock band, and they are from Manchester, Manchester, England, which is why the lyrics are appreciated, because sometimes the lyrics, they sound a little too British and you can't understand what they're saying. But it doesn't take away from the songs at all. They're still beautifully written and beautifully composed, and these guys are absolutely fantastic. The next song I had to point out is track 4 in this album. So, like I said, early momentum, and it's called Change of Heart. And now, I really do like this song, but the chorus gets me a little mad. It's about just a guy who doesn't like a girl anymore, and now he's broken up with her, and now he doesn't care, and about her. And this is a really great line where he says, "You used to look like a face out of a magazine, but now you just look like anybody else," which I think is really, really good. The only complaint I have is on the chorus. There's a synth work. Same thing they do on. They have a lot of synths on Love Me too, but on Love Me they aren't pushed on too long, like the beginning and the end of the song, so they don't really feel grating. These, listen to it. The song's called A Change of Heart. Listen to the chorus. I guarantee you won't be able to listen to it without thinking of this again. It sounds like an auto-tuned cat meow. Now, I'm not the first person to say that. I know I heard it somewhere. It might have been on ARTV's channel, but it's such a perfect analogy. It's so funny to listen to it with that now. Hear the cats going, it's really, really funny. But a great song anyway. This is what you're going to find this type of song mostly on this album. It's a very relaxed vibe. Like, kind of, if you're familiar with the band The Neighborhood, their first album, I Love You, I believe is what it was called. I get very much of that vibe, sort of a sweater weather type from these songs. And the last song I talked about was Paris. And I love Paris. This is a great song which starts off with, once again, this very slow, twinkling synth riff, which blasts into this song about a guy and his girlfriend getting high. And he says that he wants to go back to Paris, which is this high. And he remembers this as being this lavish place where he had all these fun times, and the girl just remembers it as some bad trip. And so he's saying, was it you that actually made it fun, or was it just the drug? And he kind of gets into his morals there and what, how he's addicted. There's a lot of, the two main themes of this album are addiction and love. But it is, if you can't relate to one of those things, still listen to it for the sonic elements. There's a lot of these songs that are extended out to 5 or 6 minutes with these long interludes of guitars and synths, and it's a really nice thing to listen to, especially the second half of the album if you're going to sleep. Be Warned, the sound though is a really poppy tune that just pops up in the middle of this very quiet section in the latter half of the album. Not to detract from it though, this is a fantastic album. I'm going to give this a rating for the first time on my channel. This is a 9 out of 10 for me, and I'm going to go the ARTV route and say this is definitely a recommendation. Definitely check this album out, guys. They're on a tour now. Tickets are pretty cheap. They're like $40, so if you're really into them, go check them out. Go see them in tour. Go support them. This is 33 1/3 RPM signing out. If you're so inclined, please do subscribe. And remember, guys, keep on spinning.